Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are well and definitely must be really conscious and worried about your upcoming exams. Today we are going to talk about paper 2 of your English language paper. Paper 2 is your writing paper and section A or question number 1 of your writing paper is directed writing task. Directed writing task has 25 marks in total, 10 marks for the content and 15 marks for your writing. The quality of your writing, for accuracy, for style, for your spelling, punctuation and grammar. Today we are going to talk about directed writing task and especially speech writing. So first thing that you all must remember that whatever the directed writing task is, whether it's an article, it's a speech, it's a report, a letter, formal or informal, it's an email, formal or informal, you must keep this in your mind that you have to follow the direction or instruction given in the question. For example, like you have in your mind that you have to start your letter with dear sir, but the question tells you to start it with hello sir. So you are not going to write dear sir there, you are going to follow the instruction given in the question. It is a directed writing task, so you have to do as directed. Today we are going to discuss directed writing, but especially we are going to talk about speech writing. The first thing that students don't understand while they are given this directed writing task, they think that they have text A and they have text B. So most of the students, they think that basically they have to do something with this text. This is not the case. If you are given a speech, if you are given an article, if you are given any directed writing task and you have been given two texts also, the text is going to act as a stimulant. It is going to stimulate your thinking. It is going to do a job as a guiding material. So basically, while delivering a speech, especially the classroom debate that we are going to do today, you are standing in your class like this. This is going to be your speech. You are going to talk about the topic, you are going to discuss it with your classmates, and you are going to present your arguments. So basically, it's all about you. It's not about the people, the persons, the someone mentioned in the text. That if a father, the two teenage kids, or any other person, if mentioned in the text, you are not going to talk about those things. Basically, you are going to talk about the points that you believe in. So basically, this is your speech. You are writing your speech with the help of given text, and with the help of given text, all the points that are given in those texts, you must use all those points. If you want to get good grades, you have to make use of wide range of ideas given in the both texts. You are going to write your speech with the help of given text. Now here, the topic that I have taken is about zoos, whether zoos should be banned or not. Basically, the topic is you have to make a debate, you have to talk about something, or you have to discuss in your class that whether zoos are good we or they are not good and we should ban them. So this is text A and this is in favor of zoos. Here you can see 1 2 3 4 paragraph, 3 paragraphs are given, and all these paragraphs, they are full of arguments in favor of zoos. Different points are given here. This is text B and this is against zoos. This paragraph, all the points given here, they tell us that zoo is a bad kind of thing for animals and they should be banned. So we have two texts. One, this is text A and this is text B, and we are not going to analyze these texts. Sometimes students, what they do, nothing is better than a trip to the zoo. It is a great chance to see lots of animals that you might not be able to see in the world. So they think that they have to comment on this given text. This is not the case. You will just take out points in your favor or against against the topic that is given. You are going to take them out, you are going to write them, or you are going to underline them here and then write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you have from text A, you can have, let's say, 8 or 9 points. From text B, you can have 8 or 9 points. Once you have all those points in your hand, after that you are going to discuss them at one place. Now let's have a look at the question. Question is, you have read 2 comments about zoos on an online blog. You have been asked to take part in a classroom debate. So first thing is that this is your classroom debate on whether or not zoos should be banned. Write a speech for your classmates about whether or not you think zoos should be banned. In your speech, so basically you are going to be assessed for these 2 bullet points. These bullet points are: evaluate the ideas and opinions in both texts, give your own views about whether or not zoos should be banned based on what you have read in the text. So first thing is that you will be evaluating both the texts. Now keep one thing in your mind, that there is a difference between analysis and evaluation. When you analyze things, you basically just pass remarks on the given text. When you evaluate, you basically give a judgment. If a person is saying there's nothing is better than a trip to the zoo, and if you think yes, there's nothing better than, you will see yes, I agree with that. But if you think that no, this is not correct, so you will say no, I don't think so, this is not the case. So basically you have to pass your judgment in favor of anything or against anything that is written in the text. So this is your question, and you will be assessed for evaluation that you are going to do, that you are going to perform on the given text, and then giving your own opinion. You have to take out points from these 2 texts, and then you have to just write all those points with your own opinion. You will write your own speech based on those points. Okay, so base your speech on what you have read in both texts. Be careful to use your own words. Address both of the bullet points. Begin your speech with good morning everyone. Usually I think if a speech is given, they write the start. So if the start is good morning everyone, it is ladies and gentlemen, any start that is given in the speech, you have to start your speech like that. And you have to write 250 to 350 words. Up to 10 marks are available for the content of your answer, and up to 15 marks for the quality of your writing, spelling, punctuation and grammar. Now this is your classroom debate. If it is a debate, definitely this is going to be argumentative. All directed writing tasks are argumentative, persuasive and discursive. They are based on reasoning, they are based on logical points, and they are based on logical arguments. So this is a debate. You will prove your point. If you want the zoos to be banned, you will prove it. If you don't want them to be banned, then you are going to present reasons for that. In this case, your audience is your classmates. You are going to stand in front of your classmates and you are going to tell them about an important topic that you have been given. This is a kind of a class discussion, and tone is going to be formal or neutral, because this is a class discussion in presence of teacher, maybe in presence of the principal, or maybe in presence of some other teachers or some other people around, or even if it's just the students, you are talking with each other, you have to be formal and neutral. There is no need to adopt a tone that is informal. So it can be kind of semi-formal, but not something that is informal. So your tone must be formal or neutral. So this is the way we respond to this task. From text A, we have taken out points that are in favor of zoos. First point is, wide range of animals are there, no need for overseas travel to see different kind of animals. Perfect fun family outing for all ages. Value for money, cheap, affordable, educational school trips, raises awareness about endangered species, gaining, sharing scientific skills. These are all points that we have taken out from this text. Here you can see there are 3 paragraphs, and from these 3 paragraphs we have taken out these points, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 6 points that we have taken out. We are going to talk about these points. From text B, we have taken out points against the zoos. behavioral changes in animals, overcrowding, human entertainment prioritized over animal welfare. Public money could be better spent elsewhere. Staff don't always know how best to look after the animals. Animals' happiness, life expectancy reduced. These are points, and all the points we have taken out from the text. Now our speech is going to be based on these points only. Whatever else is written there in the text, that does not matter for us, and we have to just keep these points in front of us. In case of your paper, you just have to underline the points and give them number 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then use them in your speech. Now how you're going to do that? Let's start writing our speech. First of all, whenever you are going to start your speech, start of your speech definitely is given in the question. Good morning, everyone. In first paragraph, you will introduce yourself. Now, be sensible. In case of a classroom debate, there's no need to introduce yourself. If you are standing in your school assembly, where the students from the whole school are present and they don't know your class or they don't know your name, definitely you will introduce that, okay, I am this specific person and I belong to this C3B, and today I'm going to talk about this topic. Okay, that's fine. But in case of your classroom debate, there's no need to introduce yourself, because you are students, you are sitting in your own class, and you don't have to introduce yourself. You all know each other. So you can just start that I've got the opportunity today to talk about this topic, to talk about this matter, and then you can simply start. A few things that are important for speech: engage the audience using a rhetorical question. Rhetorical question is a kind of question that doesn't demand any answer. It is a kind of an engagement technique that you use for the audience. You can just ask them question: have you ever thought? Have you ever been to a zoo? Have you ever think about this? Have you ever thought about this? Have you ever been to a jungle? Have you ever been to a forest? Anything like that. So here you have to use rhetorical question as an engagement technique. Use you tone. This speech is the only directed writing task where you can talk to the audience sitting in front of you. In case of any other directed writing task, whether it's an article, whether it's a letter, whether it's an email, whether it's a report, the audience of your directed writing task is not sitting in front of you. They might be sitting in their office and reading your directed writing task. But in case of a speech, the audience is immediate. They are sitting in front of you. You are talking to them. That's why, like, have you ever thought? So you are using you tone. When people are sitting in front of you, you have to engage them with you. So you have to keep this mind here. You are going to use you tone for the audience. Use your personal details in and anecdotes. When you are talking to people, definitely you can engage them with your personal details. Like if you have ever been to a zoo, you can tell them that this happened or that happened. If there is a personal anecdote, a joke, a story, in that way you can keep them with you. Otherwise they'll just get bored. Second thing is, okay, so that is the start of the speech. One more thing I wanted to discuss, then I'll come towards the topic, and that is, yes, use of rhetorical devices. One is rhetorical question. There's another thing, that is repetition. Reinforce key ideas by repeating important phrases. Like you must have heard an important speech that we all know, I have a dream. That is I think one of the most famous speeches that we all know. And so you can use repetition for your rhetorical device, and in this way you can make your speech interesting. So one was rhetorical questions, then repetition, rhetorical question again given. Engage the audience and make them think. Metaphors and similes make abstract ideas more relatable. Triads, that is also repetition and triad and rhetorical question. They are a very important kind of device, and this help make your speech very interesting. Now what are triads? From the word try, you can understand that this is something that is really about three. So grouping points in threes like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. In this way, For emphasis, you can use 3 points together, and this is a very common practice these days in all kind of academic writings. So repetition, rhetorical questions, and triads, they can be used in speeches. Clarity and simplicity, because people are sitting in front of you, you have to keep this thing in your mind that they understand your language. So you have to use simple language, and that must be clear as well. Keep the message simple and straightforward. Engagement techniques, definitely you are going to use storytelling or personal anecdotes to make points relatable. Include facts, quotes, or humor to keep the audience interested. Now, the speech should be long enough to cover the points but short enough to hold the attention of the audience. But definitely you have been given 250 to 350 words, so you are going to write your speech that is maximum, or that is approximately 350 words. And at the end, call to action. If you want people to do something, you will call them for action, and with a clear call to action or powerful statement that leaves a lasting impression. When you complete your speech, you are going to end it with some quote or with something that people can take home. That is called take home strategy. Right? End it with something that people remember for all times to come, and it remains with them. So it can be a quote, it can be something, a phrase, a golden word, any such thing that they can remember. So the format of the speech is good morning everyone. In the first, as you all know that I advise you to write 4 paragraphs. So in the introduction paragraph, that is your first paragraph, we have discussed that you are going to introduce yourself. Then body can be second and third paragraph. In second paragraph, you can discuss advantages of one thing. In the third paragraph, you can discuss the disadvantages. Fourth paragraph can be the conclusion, and at the end, while you have concluded, at the end you must thank the audience, like thank you for your time, thank you for coming, or yes, have a look at this. Introduction is start with a greeting followed by a strong opening statement or question to grab attention. Introduce your topic. Body is discuss, evaluate, and develop the ideas and opinions. Give your own point of view. Basically, you are going to get marks for this body. You are going to get marks for the format. Definitely for introduction also, they'll see that whether the something that you have written, whether it's a speech or an article, so difference must be there. But evaluation and giving your own opinion will get you marks. And in conclusion, what will you do at the end? Summarize the topic, recap, make a good impression, leave the audience with a memorable closing thought or call to action, and then closing, thank the audience. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming to listen to me. Anything like that. And thank you for your patience. Now, let's get back to the topic. Now, we are going to talk about the zoos again. Okay. So, this is the way we have started it. We have started it with good morning, everyone. Now, we are going to write about those 6 or 7 points in text A and 6 or 7 points in text B. When you are starting your speech, it must be in your own words. Everything that you are writing in starting, that must be in your own words. Like, see, I have started, I have given it an introduction, and I have started it with a rhetorical question. Have you ever imagined spending your whole life in a cage made of iron and steel? Just try to fit yourself in a place that is away from your natural environment. How you would have felt. This is the reality for hundreds of animals in zoos around us. My here L is missing. In zoos around us. Today I've got this wonderful opportunity to speak my heart out in front of you all. So this is the starting paragraph of a speech, and from the context you can understand that here I'm going to say something against the zoos, because I'm saying that we should not keep them in zoos or in cages or in iron bars, behind iron bars or behind steel bars. So this first paragraph, first introduction, is telling the people that I'm going to say something against the zoos. This is the start or introduction if I am talking against the zoos. Now there's another start if I am in favor of zoos. So I'm going to start it like this. Let's for a moment cherish our childhood memories. Which was the place you would love to go most? Without an iota of doubt, I can say that zoo was one such favorite place for me. Dear fellows, today I've got the opportunity to talk about or to talk on the topic whether zoos should be banned or not. So, this is the way you are going to write your first paragraph. Once you have written your first paragraph, after that you are going to discuss these points from text A and text B. Remember, keep one thing in your mind, that you have to write all the points given in text A and text B. They must be seen in your speech. They must be seen in your directed writing task. If they are not there, that means if you just talk about text A, you are going to get 4 or 5 marks out of 10 in your content. So you have to discuss both sides, text A and text B both, but with your own opinion. If you are in favor, you are going to start it like this. If you are against the zoos, you are going to start it like this. If you are in favor of the zoos, you are going to start it like this. Now, once you have written the introduction, now we are going towards paragraph number 2, body of the letter, body of the speech. Adopt evaluative tone by using the following phrases. Now, these are a few phrases that when you are going to write about, there are different people, certain characters in the text that you have been given. You are not going to talk about those. You are going to use a generalized tone, and you are going to talk about generally about those people, about the points given in the text. So here are some phrases. They are useful phrases. You can use them in your evaluation. These are called evaluative phrases, or the phrases that have evaluative tone. It is often said that, then add the sentence. Many believe that. It is widely acknowledged that. There is a general consensus that. It is commonly thought that. Some people argue that. There is a perception that. It has been suggested that. Research suggests that. Now, this is my second paragraph, and here I'm adopting evaluative tone. Now, my second paragraph starts like I'm starting the evaluation. Many believe that zoos are a wonderful source of enjoyment. This is basically I am not in favor of zoos. That's why I'm adopting such tone. Many believe that zoos are a wonderful source of enjoyment for the whole family, but nobody cares for the animals that are kept in confined spaces, dreaming to live in open space, running in the wild, and enjoying to the fullest. Furthermore, so I think we already talked about these transition words when we were doing summary writing. So here, this is the time to use these transition words. They show the continuity of the topic. They show that you know how to take your argument from one to the second one. So, furthermore, they argue that zoos provide them a unique opportunity of visiting animals from other countries. It is not possible to go abroad and see them otherwise. Do you agree with any such? So, because I am delivering a speech, I am talking to my audience, so I am asking them, I am using a rhetorical question. Do you agree with any such argument that allows people to cage animals just for their own entertainment and delight? So this is the way you will keep on discussing all the points one by one. I have just discussed one point here. After that, you will bring the second point. You will say, moreover, or further, you have used furthermore. Now, additionally, you will use the second point. After that, you will use the third point. All the points that are against it. So in this way, you will write your second paragraph. You can use them one by one also. You can use one advantage and one disadvantage. So this is totally your own choice how you are going to do it. So that was in this way you are going to write second and third paragraph. Now next one is we have discussed all these things. There's another topic, and in this topic we have, let's talk about the ending also. Yes, Now, how you are going to conclude, how you are going to end your speech. I have written a few sentences here, so they'll give you a good idea. Dear fellows, freedom matters for everyone. Let us allow these animals to live in the wild where they belong. Let us give them the freedom they deserve, as freedom matters to everyone. And you can add a few more sentences. Do not end it abruptly like I have done here. Everyone, and write a few more sentences, and at the end, thank you for your patience, thank you for coming, and then you can end your speech. There's nothing like closing, proper closing, or something like yours faithfully, or any such sentence that you have to write at the end. So simply write a closing paragraph, and then thank you for your patience, thank you for listening, thank you, and that's the end of your speech. Now, here I have written another introduction for another speech. You can use this also. So let's read this. There's no need to write assalamu alaikum because we have a start here. Good morning, everyone. So, good morning, everyone. If this is not a classroom debate, if you are talking to a general public, or if you are talking to someone, to your school student council, or in front of your school, in your school assembly, so you will start it. Good morning, everyone. I am this from this class. Today I have been provided an opportunity to talk about the pros and cons of using social media apps. As you all know, social media is a reality that is looking us into eyes and is challenging us for our shortcomings. My dear fellows, my respected audience, now this is another start, right? How you are going to start a speech? That was one start, this is another start. My dear fellows, my respected audience, have you ever made a TikTok video, uploaded an Insta story, took a filtered selfie on Snapchat, and then shared your snap with your friends? Tweeting on X and seeing your tweet getting likes is a wonderful thing. Have you ever thought how these social media apps are detailing your life for you? Let's have a roller coaster ride of these apps, my dear fellows. Then you have text A, you can discuss it here in advantages. Then, however, when you're talking about the next side, you will say, however, it is crucial to, you can discuss the disadvantages. When you are moving to disadvantages, you will use the transition word however or on the other hand. So you have to use these transition words. Once you are done with your speech, at the end you can end it like that. I'm extremely grateful to you all for your valuable time. I hope that the purpose of today's debate is served and we stand more enlightened now. Here at the end, you can just tell them one anecdote, anything from your own life, anything that you have experienced, your own social media experience. So at the end, you can give them something that is memorable, that they can take home. End it like that, or simply end it the way I have done it. I hope that the purpose of today's debate is served and we stand more enlightened now. Thank you so much coming to listen to me and leave with a message. Thank you very much for your patience. Yes, that's it. Now you have done your speech, you have written it. After that, edit your essay, read it again. Do read it again, and there you will be able to see your mistake. Like at the moment I'm making this video. Now if I get time and I have to listen to this, I'll find my own mistakes in it, and sometimes, so in a video I think this is not possible for me to correct it, but when you are reading something, you can definitely edit your essay. If there is a mistake, you can cut that, write the correct form. If somewhere you have used third form of the verb where you should have used first form, sometimes if you have used second form of the verb after didn't, yeah, like you, most of the students, they didn't, instead of writing didn't have, they write didn't had. Instead of writing didn't know, they write didn't knew. So in such mistakes, grammatical mistakes, you can just correct them there and then. So edit your essay, make an idea of words and check it for grammar, spelling and punctuation errors. Do not use capital letters carelessly. Yes, that is a mistake that students, they often do this, that they just try to decorate their writing, their essay, and they use capital letters as a decorating tool. So you don't have to do this. Do not use capital letters carelessly. capital letter is a punctuation, and your marks will be deducted for wrong use. Write about 250 to 350 words. Do not go beyond the word limit, as it drags your topic and makes it blank, uninteresting, and monotonous. So that means you have to just keep yourself restricted to 250 to 350 words. And I think in directed writing, you all know that you are able to write 350 words. So you can just write, you can just check that your words are not less than 250, right? So do all this at the end of your writing, at the end of your directed writing task, and then you have a good directed writing essay in front of you. Okay, Allah Hafiz for today.